So in this video, I want to talk about the 5 main reasons that I see people fail on YouTube. And it's one of the things that I've seen people struggle with in 2024, and I think it's going to be even more important in 2025. So if you want to remain consistent on YouTube, be successful, grow your channel, and ultimately stick with it so that you can start to earn some money and scale things up and turn it into a real business, a real freedom business, then you need to be getting these basic things right. And the first one is that I see people overcomplicating things. And I've been working with some beta testers and some other students in the recent months, and something that we were doing on a particular project, it was trying to move forward as quickly as possible. So we were doing a growth sprint, and it was about removing friction. So you need to remove as much friction to the recording and editing and creation process as possible. And that meant that we had this hashtag imperfect action policy. So everything you were meant to be looking at was trying to remove the perfectionism that we all have. And you'd be surprised how difficult this is. We obviously want to create things that we're going to be proud of. We think that we need to do a huge amount of research. Everything needs to be perfect. Inevitably, when you look back at the video in a few months' time, it'll still be crap to you because you will move so much further forward over time. And removing friction and overcomplicating things, we think we need better cameras. We think we can't just use our phone. We think we need to write a script. We get ChatGPT to rewrite the scripts to try and make it sound better. You spend so much time thinking about and researching the video itself rather than actually just creating videos and moving forward and learning as you're going. Because if you're actually talking on a subject that you know about and you're confident in, it's something that you have experience in, something you're passionate about, or something you're an expert in, then you're going to find it much more easier just to talk freely on camera with a few bullet points, have one thing that you actually want to talk about. You'd be walking down the road with your camera in hand or your phone in hand and just chatting to it. You could be recording in the car. I'm sure you've all seen people recording their videos in the car these days. It's becoming the sort of more authentic, laid-back style of doing things, and this removes friction. You just press play and away you go. I'm actually using a 4K webcam. It's just one of these little gimbal ones, and the quality of video is great, but what I love about it is I can just plug it straight into my computer and press play. I literally have everything connected to this one electronic desk, so I can change the height if I want, or I can even stand. And I have my iPad and light to one side. I have my computer in front of me, microphone here, backdrop, and all I have to do is press play. Boom, straight into Descript, which then records it and I edit it and away we go. Maybe I add some B-roll. But it's about removing friction and making things as easy as possible for you. So if you're overthinking it because of technical reasons, thinking you need fancy scripts, thinking you need to do more research, just remove that friction and go with it. Find ways to simplify. What can you do to make this process from recording to editing to uploading faster, simpler, and easier? The next point is not having fun. Now, I'm not saying that we have to be happy, clappy, and all having fun all the time, because that's not how YouTube works. There's going to be inevitably jobs and things that you don't like about it because you feel uncomfortable on camera, which takes time getting used to. There's so many little things to learn and get used to. So there's a learning curve to this, but you have to enjoy the process. And if you're not uploading, because let's face it, your first bunch of videos especially, you may not be getting any views. And if you change niche, then your channel's going to dip again. Perhaps some videos will perform well and others won't. And it's easy to get disheartened. It's easy to just sort of just think it's not working, you're doing something wrong and it's just not worth it. But this is part of the process. And if you're okay with the creation process and you enjoy the creation, you enjoy talking to the camera, you enjoy the idea of helping people, then you're going to find it much, much easier. So something I like to say to my students to ask is, what would this look like if it was fun and easy? So if this was fun and easy, what would it look like? And for you, that might be just picking up the camera, walking out the door and walking down the street and being outside. Maybe you don't want to be in the studio. I've personally just ordered myself an action camera because I want to start doing some more things outside. I don't always want to be in a studio space chatting to a camera. I do find this easier, and I do like the aircon and the simplicity of the setup and everything else. But now I want to make it a bit more fun. I want to be getting out there and doing more bits and pieces. So that's, for me, is going to be what's going to be more fun in the coming months, sort of mastering that, adding some more interesting B-roll, introducing a little bit more of my lifestyle, rather than just geeking out on the subject and everything else. So what would it look like if this was more fun to you? How would it be more fun? Would it not be writing scripts? Would it just be freestyling to the camera? Would it be, as I said, going outside or bringing a friend in? What would it be? How would this look like if you were having more fun with it? And I've been through a number of processes of building out businesses and everything recently, and it's been grueling. I've not really had a day off in months. And I've got to say, there's parts of it that I'm no longer enjoying. So it becomes much, much harder when you're having to grind away at something that you're not particularly enjoying. So ask yourself, how can you make it easier? What can you remove to make it more fun and interesting to you so that you actually enjoy the process? And that way you're going to stick with it long term. The third reason is not understanding who you serve. Now, it's quite often we go with a niche, we look at the competitors, we start researching videos and seeing what other people are doing, and we just start creating videos on those subjects. But it's more important to understand your avatar. And I'm going to be talking about this more in future because the algorithm has changed. The algorithm is really focusing on the individual and pulling videos towards them these days versus just being a niche that they just share out similar content to. So the algorithm is changing and it's getting smarter and it's getting better. So it's more important than ever that you understand who you serve and ultimately what they want. So if someone is a fitness channel, they're watching fitness things and they want to lose weight, they're not going there because they want to watch fitness videos. They're going there because they want to lose weight, they want to be in shape, they want to look good, they want to feel confident. So you should be focusing on the outcome and the dream, probably a little bit more than the actual technical side. You may enjoy the technical side as someone that's perhaps a fitness athlete or professional personal trainer. So you would potentially be interested in that, but they probably won't be. So your content in whatever niche you're in, whatever angle you're in, you need to start thinking about that person, who you're serving, what they actually want, and what's going to interest them in that video. So obviously they're not going to be interested in the geeky stuff. They just want the shortcuts to get them that result. Because ultimately, they don't want to eat healthy. They probably don't want to do the exercise and the hard work that comes with it. So your job is to help them get to the end destination in the easiest, simplest, most fun way possible. So that's something that you really need to look at, especially in 2025, is understanding who you serve and exactly what they want from you. What's the end goal, the end destination that they have in mind that they are trying to get towards, they're trying to strive towards. Now, if you would like more in-depth training on discovering who your avatar is and basically YouTube in general, then we have a full free course in our community, and I will put a link in the video description to where you can get access to that. And you can also get direct access to myself to ask any questions. So you get hands-on support and a full free YouTube course inside. The fourth point is chasing views rather than actually helping people. So if you're just starting to get on here and thinking about trying to get as many views as possible because you want to make money, then inevitably that rarely ends up. People can feel that these days, especially if you're doing an educational channel. If you're always just trying to sell people, sell, here, buy this is the sponsor and everything straight away because it's all about views and money, then people will get jaded by that. But if you start with trying to help people with a particular problem or problems in each video, or just being genuine and really trying to help people with their problems, it's good to fix one main problem and then obviously any little problems that come from that as well. But if you're actually starting from a point of view of trying to help people and being genuine and authentic, people will feel that, they will resonate with it, they will keep coming back for more, and they will become loyal, passionate fans of yours who stay with you for the journey and will inevitably want to reciprocate. They will eventually want to buy your products or ask you for more or ask you for coaching, or they will just want to buy from you because they want to reward you for the effort and energy that you put into helping them first. So start with the helping part. If you're just here to make a quick buck, then YouTube is probably not going to be the place for you. You may make a few dollars, but it won't become a full-time, long-term business, and it won't really amount to much. So chasing views is something that I really recommend that you don't do. But also as an educational channel, the wrong views can massively damage your channel. It can take you in the completely wrong direction. I've had channels that have completely failed because one video went viral. One video went absolutely massive, got millions of views, and took a brand new channel in a completely different direction because that video wasn't quite for my target niche in audience and demographic. So therefore, that destroyed the channel because then now I had a huge amount of subscribers who weren't interested in the rest of the content on my channel, but were interested in that type of content. So then you have a choice that either you start creating more content around that viral video, which is then the trap of chasing views, And it's soul destroying because eventually you're creating content that you don't want to make. So going viral, yes, is good. Yes, we want to get as many eyeballs and views on our videos as possible. But just chasing views for views' sake, rather than trying to reach your perfect audience and help them with problems, issues, or things that they're interested in, then you're going to end up going in the wrong direction, and it won't be growing a business in the direction that you want. So yes, going viral and getting views is great, but you really need to make sure that it's the right type of viral views. And I find that just focusing on helping people and creating better videos, you'll naturally start to go out. And if you're packaging your videos better, then you're going to get more and more views over time. And you'd rather have slow, steady growth with each type of video getting more and more views over time than getting that wild viral video, which, as I said, is great if it's in the right niche, the right people and everything else. But I've had videos that have destroyed channels, and also viral videos that have done nothing. They brought in some ad revenue, but they haven't bring in the right people, course sales, sell products, or make me more money. So they may make more money in the ad revenue, but ultimately they're not making your business any more money because most of those people aren't interested. So it's better to go targeted, especially for educational channels. But entertainment is up to you, but you can still get pulled in the wrong direction. And the last point is being a generalist channel. If you're going to be a jack of all trades channel and you're kind of trying to jump around, like the Bright Sides out there, the Bright Side channel, it has about 45 million subscribers. And many of their videos are just getting a few thousand views. And that's because the algorithm is changing. And generalist channels that create videos on an abundance of different topics are starting to get punished by the algorithm right now, because it's getting better. Rather than just saying, oh, you liked this channel, so we're going to share everything from that channel out to you and the subscribers, it's getting very targeted about the individual. So those subscribers are just vanity metrics now. They mean nothing. So although some of their videos get a few 100,000 views, they're not getting millions of views. They have nearly 45 million views. So they should be getting huge amounts of views on every single video just by the notifications going out to their subscribers. But YouTube is not pushing out their content anymore, not in the way that we think. It's pulling it towards individual people. And being a generalist channel will actually slow down your growth, especially as a small channel. You can branch out slightly into different areas, but I think we're starting to going to see some changes, and I'm making a prediction here, that we're going to see YouTube is going to be better off actually having more than one YouTube channel rather than actually being a jack of all trades generalist channel and trying to do everything in it. And you'll see if you go to some of the bigger channels that you may have followed in the past, if they were fairly generalist or they had broad topics, you can look and see how many of their videos recently over the last sort of 6 months have been getting less views. You may have seen a lot of big channels getting a lot less views. And this is because the generalist side of things is just not going to work in 2025. So you want to niche down. You do want to niche down, but you want to niche down to the avatar. And I'll be talking about more in future videos, probably potentially even the next video that I create, because we need to really understand who we're targeting and how to target them, because the old-fashioned way of just having a general niche and being in that is not going to be enough. And even just niching down is not going to be enough. You need to be niche, but for your particular avatar. So generalist channels are not the way to go. You will have slower growth and a lot of your videos are going to fail. So you really want to make sure that you're making your content in the same way that you would with a Netflix series, that one video after the other is for the same person and they're going to want to binge watch all of your content in a row. So there's ways of doing that, and that's obviously what we'll talk about more in future, but just don't be a generalist channel, especially if you're getting started. Now, I hope you enjoyed that. Again, if you would like more free training and support from myself, you can join our free community. The link is in the video description. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you inside the next one.